I've been doing mukbangs on YouTube for almost 6 years. It's already been 5.5. I started mukbang 2016, October 5th. That is my anniversary. October 5th, 2016. I decided I'm gonna eat on camera and see where this takes me. Obviously, it took me to some waterway issues, but we all know it's a medical mystery, and we're still trying to figure that out, and that's okay, because life is full of surprises and uncertainties, and so you just have to have faith what you're doing is good. I'm doing very good. Walmart. All these come from Walmart. We got that stick of butter. Oh my gosh. So, oh, thank you.
Welcome.
All right, so thank you so much. I have some water. My mouth is getting kind of dry. I've been doing a lot of talking on my Patreon. Link down below if you want to join me. I did a live stream today. Click the link down below to follow my Patreon for mukbangs and drama not allowed on YouTube. Link below. And I hung out with you guys. You guys are like my friends over there. But you have to be a grown-up, okay? Link down below. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, so I thought okay, let's be honest. When I do these ramen videos, I kind of show you how to do it anyway. But I don't have like an official video called like how to make Nick's famous spicy cheesy noodles. And this is what I'm known for. Like if you go to my main channel and look at the most viewed videos ever, they're all noodles. All of them. I have a whole channel called The Noodle King. One of them has like 5 million views, the other one has 3 million views, another one has 8 million views. Like, people like to watch me eat noodles. I don't know why. But I've perfected my own recipe for spicy cheesy noodles because they're really spicy. These Korean noodles, which are very famous and popular on the internet, you can do this with a lot of different type. But for right now, we're just gonna use the original flavor. It's the one that most people have access to. At least this company too. They have, not sponsored by. I wish you would think I've been sponsored all these years. I just love eating ramen. Anyways, so I'm gonna show you how to do it my way, where it's super cheesy and super not creamy, but like chewy, but not soggy. There's a lot of tricks and steps, and I don't have an official video, so we're gonna do one now. How's that? Okay. So the things you're gonna need are mozzarella cheese. This is not that much. I buy the big block. You can shred it. I made Orlin do it because you guys know manual labor. I'm gonna get out of breath just thinking about it, but anyways, some mozzarella cheese. You can add a little cheddar cheese for some extra kick. I'm gonna use mozzarella slices as well. I've historically done a stick of butter. Today we're doing half a stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're doing half a stick of butter because a whole stick of butter adds a lot of calories. It's harder for me to finish, and the noodles soak it up like a sponge, so they're very fatty. And that's it. You're gonna need a wok or a pan. I have a hot plate here. This is induction, so it's a little noisy. Sorry about that in advance. You're gonna need water. This is my secret little secret. It's called saffron. It is basically just food coloring, but in a powdered form. But it doesn't look like fake. It's not like that fake red. If you add it to white food, it turns pink. I mean, like it says right here, add to red number 40, yellow number 5. See, this is really unhealthy for you. This is gonna make your brain go woo. At least it does for me. It says add the best for meat, chicken, fish, soups, stews, pastas, yellow rice. It's just for like coloring things up. And that's it. And I have a pitcher of water. So I like to make my ramen noodles different than a lot of people on the internet. And also, if you follow the instructions, I'll tell you right now how it goes. You boil water, you throw it in, you strain the water, you add this packet of spice, you mix it around and eat it. It is spicy. It is uncomfortably spicy. You can't even enjoy it. I mean, unless you really can take the heat. It has great flavor. I gotta dilute it and I gotta make it more like amazing. And so this is what we do. All right, step 1. Oh my God. We are gonna add water. I feel like I've done this a million times, but this is gonna be official. And I've been doing this for years. I've learned some tricks and tips and some mistakes, pitfalls. Okay, the first pitfall. We don't strain the water. We cook it and we integrate it all together and we let the spice marinate into it and we add the cheese and everything. It's a one pot thing. We're not straining and adding more pots and doing all this. So less is more. I can't say this enough because if you have too much water, you ruined it. You ruined it. And I still sometimes do this. I should actually freaking measure it so I know for sure. If I'm doing 5 packs or 6 packs, I need to know for sure and I don't want to ruin it. So I like to eyeball How about I tell you exactly how many cups? Let's put this back in. Oh my God. Look at me already messing up. I'm not messing up, I swear. We're just adding this water back so I know how many cups are here. And I can tell you exactly. So that's 6.5 cups. Let me drink, let's put it down to exactly 6. 6 cups of water. So I can know when I'm like telling you what to do. One more sip. Cooking water. All right, so this is exactly 6 cups. So let's put 1 cup in. Let's see what that looks like. Well, I'm just gonna eyeball it. All right. What is that down to? That's 4, so that's 2 cups of water. To make Nikocado style feast, you're gonna use all 5 packs right here. All 5 packs. As I've gotten bigger, I've tended to do 6 packs now. I have to buy a 5-packer and throw another one in. I'm thinking for today's video, it might be easier because people buy them in 5-pack form than doing this. So we'll do a 5-pack form to make it easy for you guys. So, well, if that's the case, is that enough or too little? I think 2.5 cups would be perfect. So let's add 1/2 cup. You gotta start off 2.5 cups. Wow, this is very unlike Nikocado avocado. I just throw the stuff together. All right. Okay. So, turn it on. 2.5 cups of water. Professionalism! This is actually so exciting. I don't do this ever. You guys know I'm just like throw it in. I always say step 4, and I could be on like the 20th step. It's a running joke on my channel. I'm like step 4. All right. Let's open this up. Well, no. Where's the little, oh. It comes with thick ramen noodles. Why I like this brand so much is because the noodles are thick and chewy and they don't break apart. The original. They have a carbonara version. They break like crazy. The corn flavor breaks like crazy. There's a lot of versions that don't have good noodles. In my opinion, I like them thick. I like them long. I like them pulley. I don't like them to break, and I like them chewy. The original got it good. The nuclear, the cheese version, the curry noodles, the mala noodles, those are all good noodles. The bad ones would be, the half spice, half calorie, bad. Their cold noodles, bad. They're like small and stringly. They're, like the flat ribbon types, their stew version, not good. Their carbonara version, not good. Their corn version, not good. Hey, Samyang, hey Korea, I know your noodles by heart. And when you also open up the bag, you pull out little seaweed flakes that also has, what are those things called? I don't even know, seeds? Poppy seeds? No, corn, what are those things called? Flax seed? No, what are those seeds called? I forget. And then this is the fire sauce. It's very spicy. It has chicken flavor too. All right, so kind of just start, what are those things called? Sesame! It's hard being very smart because your brain is just flooded of, good information. That's my excuse. Oh my gosh. Cheapers. All right, so let's just start while we're waiting for this to go. I'm separating the spice packs. I'm just kind of placing my packs of ramen to the side. That's what you're gonna wanna do. Okay, set it to the side. Set it to the side. I'm throwing stuff around, but 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, with 5 packs. And if you catch me on a good day, I can eat all this. That's one thing. So When I do mukbangs nowadays, the past couple years, I like to buy a big feast. I never finish it all. I like to have variety, taste tests. I also have done less ramen, but I got famous, well, excuse me, internet famous, infamous on ramen. That's what I'm known for. Nowadays, it's for being crazy, but before that, it was just I was the ramen guy, the Noodle King, which is why I made that channel called Noodle King. Okay, number 5. And, what was I saying? I was gonna say something. Oh my god. What was I gonna say? Something about noodles and cooking, or I don't even know. Anyway. So less is more. You're gonna add more than 2.5 cups. It's probably gonna be more like 3. But I like to add as I go, because when it's too runny and you'll want to overcook it, I like my ramen not overcooked. Okay. So while that's going, the first thing we're going to add is some saffron. Or like, can you bring me a spoon, please, honey? We're being nice to each other today. We decide. Some nights we wake up and I'm like, F you. You better watch out today around that corner. You see me in the kitchen, you better leave. And then some days we wake up and we look at each other and be like, let's be nice today. Yeah, let's be nice to each other today. Okay. So today we decided to be nice. I'm gonna get a spoon because everyone has their own little shakers, and I mean this is optional. This is just coloring. I guarantee if you don't add coloring, it's gonna look just as good. I've done it millions of times before I even had this. Thank you. I'd say about 1 spoonful. Yep, 1 tablespoon. Now we add the half a stick of butter. Can you see what's happening? Maybe not yet. I could angle the camera so you can see. Would you like to look at that or my face? You can follow them. I don't feel like getting up. Oh no, it's so pretty though. I feel like you really want to watch what the food looks like more than my face, so I'm gonna get up. It is ready for the, what should I call it? I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like this. So if my face is cut off, this is for you to understand how the kitchen goes. Okay. Oh, it's not that bad. All right. Here's the stick of, half a stick of butter. It's with all the stuff. And what I like to do as a chef, to make sure they start kind of like, just get a little greasy. I take some cheddar cheese. I take a pinch, and I throw a pinch in there. And that's it, Okay. Healthy. And for starters, where are my scissors? They better be here. We have 1 pack we put in first. Okay, I'll show you coming out. It's very spicy. Use the whole pack. Don't get it near your face or your eyes. I have literally gone to the hospital for this. It's one of my more viral videos. Got demonetized, made no money, but I got 5 million views or something. All right. Now we start adding the packs. All right, see that's boiling? It's time to add now. Now, by the way, if you're keeping track of time, like see how many times, this is on high heat, this is max sear. When I tell you right now, they don't work as efficiently had you not done it on your stove or like on a heat, like a flaming gas stove or an induction stove that's really strong. Ooh, look at that beautiful color. Yeah, that type of stuff, oh, it'll be really quick because it gets a lot hotter and it stays hotter and it gets hotter faster. So don't and you eyeball it, okay? That's the only thing I can tell you, because everyone's stove is different, even on high heat. This is high heat. I'm repeating myself, but high heat induction plates are different than high heat gas stoves, which are different than high heat electric stoves, which are different than, a cauldron and a fire. So, all right, see, you just kind of get it soaked a little bit. Oh, I smell the butter already. Ooh, kind of flip it around. See how this got a little soft? You kind of pick it up and put it over top and make room for that bottom one to get in there. Again, put it in. Flip it over. Ooh, it smells so good. This one that's already been cooked. Now see how fast that it... I like my ramen al dente, and that's how I'm going to do it for you. I mean, this could go a little bit longer, of course, but kind of put that in. And we flip it over. Orlin, can you please bring me the lid for this? I forgot that part. That's very important. It's something that I don't always remember to do for my videos, but if you're making it the best Nikocado way, you need the lid, and I'll show you why. Okay, put that in there. These are cooked, move them up. These are cooked-ish, move them up. Okay. We just want them to be able to bend. Bend and snap. In the meantime, get your cheese ready, because it's a really fast process. Timing is essential. Can you open this for me? I'm like, timing's essential. I can't even open anything. Well, I know that's done. Here, let's get these spice packets ready. Thank you. Alrighty. And on the side, start de-slicing some mozzarella. I would say 5 slices is good. 2, this won't come up. Alright, actually step 1, do this first. So you're not wasting time. And the noodles will not get soggy, it's not long enough to happen, but... Okay. Softness. Oh yeah, pull that up. Put that there. Alright, now if you're eyeballing the water, there's still a little bit there, but the noodles are like halfway cooked. Again, when I'm on my induction stove in the kitchen, they would have been done by now. It gets so hot so fast. This doesn't really reach that high of a heat. Now, how would I describe it to you? Like when they're ready, that's really hard. You just don't want them to be like translucent or to get too soft. Like they should still have some stiffness to it. See that? Like there's still some stiffness. I don't know if you can tell, but like they're still kind of together. All right, now we're gonna take another one of the spice packets. Number 2. We're only doing 3 of the 5. All right, that's another thing for you to remember. Because more than that, it's very spicy. We're sticking to, look at that spice. Kind of just mix it all around. Watch your face. Don't get it in your eyes. This color looks crazy, huh? That red and orange and everything. All right, there's not much water left. It got soaked up. So now we're gonna add that other half a cup right now. Yeah, so now we're at 3 cups that we have used. So it's on 3, it started at 6. Okay, now this part is very important. You wanna clump it. You don't want to spread the cheese. I've done this in the past. I'll pour the cheese in and I'll mix it around. It turns into like thick macaroni and it's not as good. So what you want to do is make clumps. This is shredded, so I can put a clump here, shredded. I can put a clump here, shredded. You want clumps. Clump down here, shredded. Clump over here. You're just gonna line the edges with clumps like you're making pizza or something. That's not enough water, so we're gonna add another, maybe 1/4 cup. What's it down to now? 2.5. All right, so the total amount of water you will need is 3.5 cups. Add a clump here on the side. Keep it together, don't spread it around. That is key. I might not even need these slices, dang it. Well, yeah, we'll use these 3. We'll use one in the center. Okay, we'll save the other 2 for extra. Okay, this makes sense, yes. Okay, so now, you need that cheese to melt, but not mix with the noodles. Oops, did you guys see that? Don't throw your plastic in there. So kind of make sure the cheese can get down in there a little bit. The clumps. Oh, those are wimpy clumps. Yeah, let's add that slice here. Okay, add that slice there. Add a clump there. All right, so you can see my clumps, yeah? See the clumps? See the clumps? Take a photo. That's what, look at that color. Okay. Now you close the lid so it starts to melt. Is that enough clumps? Let's do one more clump. One more clump. Well, we'll add the clump after. Okay. Put the lid on, and now we get ready for the display. So I'm gonna keep this rolling so you can stay with me, so I'm not doing anything funny business. Sometimes I swear people who do recipes, they turn off the camera and they do some secret stuff, or they add ingredients that they don't tell you about, and then you have, it's like they want you to fail. That's my conspiracy theory. Those chefs, those cooks, they want you to fail. They don't want you to do a good job. They want you keep coming back and saying, well, what did they do? I didn't turn out like theirs. They probably added something else or took something out. So very carefully, this is very, I should not be doing this, but keep it to the side. All right, I'm setting up for the show, which requires a stand, which requires my tray, which requires my cheese risers. Keep this here, just scooch it back a little bit, which requires this. Oh, that's right, this doesn't get angled because all the soup comes out, a little liquid. I'm checking on it, looks good, looks good. Honestly, looks amazing. Okay. Get these ready, because you're gonna go for them. And that one little slice of cheese, where'd it go? Here it is. Well, I already have it here, ready to go, so. And we have that third thing of spice we're gonna put on. All right. Honey, can you sit down for me, please? Thank you. I'm keeping it rolling. Keeping it rolling. I just gotta make sure that it looks good.
Thank you, lovely. Needy today.
Huh?
Incredibly needy today. Huh?
I know. I'm usually more sufficient, but this is. I don't want to do any edits. So. All right, everybody. Here's the thing.
It's not monster cheese, I see.
No, it's mozzarella. Here's the lid. Take the lid, please. Thank you, baby. Look at this. Look at this. Oh! Nick's famous cheesy ramen noodle. That's okay, that's okay. That'll be a little spilly, but that's okay. Oh,
You can put it in here.
yeah, I have it there. Ooh. Oh my God. And now we add the top slice here and the top slice here. Wow. This, I mean, can you see how amazing this looks? And now we add our last thing of spice. This looks really nice. And we're just gonna go little dabs here, little dabs here, Little dabs here.
Looks red.
Huh?
Looks redder than usual.
So I'm gonna use half of it. So it'll be 2.5. Well, no, let's use, I want it to be spicy.
Original?
Huh?
Original spicy?
Yep. Okay. And now we're gonna add our little, oh, let's kind of mix it. Can you touch right here for me, honey?
Yeah.
Some of the liquid down here.
You should kind of move these noodles so you have a canal.
Get the canal.
There you go.
Is it coming down here?
You have to move the cheese.
Oh, this cheese?
There you go. Now you have to move these noodles.
Is it coming down?
Yep, it is. There.
There. Now, close it back up. Look at this, everybody. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this looks so good. And now I'm gonna touch. Did you touch right here for me?
I did.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. Here, move this out the way. Take it
You're done
down.
with that?
Yeah. Thank you. So this is really hot and steamy, so you can kind of chill. I'm trying to make the thumbnail look perfect. Thank you, love. You'll get extra head today. Don't laugh. You know what'll happen.
It's gonna keep spilling. I put
Okay.
napkins there.
It's fine. All right. Nope, it's perfect. Now you take your topping, which is your sesame seed and all that stuff. But did I mix it around yet? I forgot. Oh yeah, it all soaked in there. And now we add
Why am I crazy with this stuff?
just like that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm glad this is a beaut. Look at that display. So now we're just gonna start doing some cheese pulls. This is the fun part. You kind of mix it around. Here we go. The focus is good. It's perfect. All right. I love cheese. Dun dun. I love cheese. Dun dun. We love cheese. Dun dun. Yes, we do. We do. We love cheese. Dun dun. We love cheese. Dun dun. We love cheese. Dun dun. Yes, we do. We do. We love cheese. Dun dun. We love cheese. We keep that one there. That's gonna be the relief when it's too spicy. You munch on that cheese. Clump, clumpy, not mixed around like macaroni. That's the key, which took me years to figure out for some reason. We love cheese. Hey, dun-dun. I love cheese. Dun-dun. We love cheese. Dun-dun. Yes, we do. We love cheese. If you could please bring me my, I was not prepared, poor Orlin. Please bring me my Korean metal bowl.
How many?
Just one. This is great. I like that they're still liquid, so sometimes you don't want the ramen to be dry either, and you want it to be slurpable. So sometimes I keep some of that water, and I'll pour a little bit on when I see it's drying, so I can go. Because if you don't have water near, this still has a pool of water. I think this was the best, because it can still soak up the water. It's not going to be dry. It's hot water too, you know. Oh God. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Oh my God. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, now for the moment of truth.
Enough food.
Yeah, because I'm gonna eat all of it. Look at that cheese. Look at that cheese. I'm gonna go here for me. Oh, keep that there. It's pretty.
Want me to click on anything?
Nope, not yet. So I'm gonna serve myself, if I can get it.
And then me.
Pull it up, drop it into your
Oh, that looks so good.
bowl. Just like that. Show you up close. It's hot. See, that's why like metal bowls, it'll keep your food hot. It like retains the heat. I think that's why the Koreans do it too. Koreans like their food to sting them when they eat. All right, touch for me, please. Ooh, look at that. Cheesy, chewy, spicy. Cheers. Brilliant! Cheers! Brilliant, brilliant noodles. Brilliant. I could cry. It's so good. The best ramen! It's spicy too, but it's the perfect amount of spice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this real life? Is this really happening? Alright, so see what I mean about long noodles? I like it that way. Sometimes they're so long I literally have to break it, you know? Put a little liquid in here. Kind of scooping it down. There we go. I had a little spout spill. Who makes better ramen than Nikocado avocado? Nobody! And I'm not even Korean. This is Korean stuff. The clumps, the clumps, the clumps, see? And then you'll get like a little chew and a relief, but they won't be all mixed. All right, here we go. Cheers. Mmm. Mmm. It's so chewy. Click the link down below to follow my Cameo, where I will make a special video just for you. We can also message each other too. Link below. It needs a drop. And you're like, ew, Nick, you're adding, you know, a little. Yes, I am. Because see how I struggle to slurp it? It's because it's chewy and cheesy, and it's too heavy. When you add just a little bit of liquid, all of a sudden, they become slurpable better. And people think it's bad. This is burning hot already. This is still steam. You can see the steam. Ain't gonna make any difference. I mean, if you're really that crazy about it, have a little hot water on the side. But, I mean, it's a drop. But, like, watch what I can do better now. Watch this. Mm-hmm. See that? That's what, oh. So good. I'm gonna get a little clump of cheese. Well, let's finish this first. Oh my god. Mmm. Spicy. Perfection. Ooh. It feels so good to eat. Mmm. Let's go for a clump of cheese. So these little pow 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 cheese. What does that mean? It just hits you, pow. It's like a little ooh. It's a little ooh surprise. Here, let's kind of again get it in the liquid because you don't want. I don't like it soupy. See, that's the key. And then you're like, Nick, if you're adding all this liquid, you should have just made it into soup. No. When you make it into a soup, when you slurp it, it splashes in your eyeballs. A. B, a lot of flavor gets diluted. And C, the noodles start tasting soggy because they're constantly absorbing the water. They're constantly still cooking. Since we didn't strain this or run cold water over it, the noodles are still cooking. See, it was perfect, and now it's starting to get, like, they're constantly cooking. So, again, take a little hot water on the side, or for me, it's just this, because it's already hot. And it makes all the difference. Kind of put that in there. See? Perfection without the soup messiness and the dilution or the sogginess. These still have a crunch. Not a crunch, but like they're al dente. All right, cheers. Let's do this. People ask me, well, oh, here's some cheese. What would your last meal, Nick, on earth be? This is, I'm so happy this is what I got famous for, not like donuts. Ugh. So good. And excuse me, I sound very conceited saying famous. Known on YouTube. There we go. I'm not famous. And shoot, I'm known for bad reasons too. So let's just say known. Oh God, yes. Get that in there. I'm kind of spreading it out to keep on, because they're still cooking because they're hot. Again, they don't stop cooking unless you pour cold water. So that's the thing too. Some people, Koreans, they're trying to do the noodle challenge where it's just straight up the noodles, no flavor, no nothing. They cooked it, they strain it, they run cold water over it, they strain it again, and then they bring it back to their plate, and then they pour on their spice packs. That's gonna be very spicy. The spice runs everywhere because the noodles stopped cooking. You kind of froze them. You know, you cook them and you make them cold. It's almost like they're porous, like the pores shut. You know when you're washing your face and you put cold water on it, it closes your pores? I feel like that's what happens with noodles. I'm not scientific, that could not be accurate, but I've been doing this for 5-6 years. If you don't strain them, as I didn't, they're gonna keep cooking. Especially if the water's hot. Oh God, yeah. Ooh. Perfection. 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 It's hot. This is so good. I feel like I'm gonna eat all of it. It's so good. I can't stop. I have no other words other than this is. Ooh, let's do this clump of cheese right now. See the clumps? They make it special. It's like surprise. Look what we got. Get that in there. Oh yeah, yeah. It's still see how I said it was hot. It's still hot. That's a big plate for a big baby. Oh, this one has more resistance because of the cheese. Look at that cheese. And that's cheese. Stay there so long. Hot. It's physically hot. That it was all the heat got retained in that clump. So this one has a little less, let's call it soup. See all this liquid here? It's basically a little bit of water, which is salty because we poured some sauce in there. But it's butter and oil and cheese oil from the fat of it kind of oozing out. This one has less of it. Have you noticed I was kind of feeding it in like a feeder? You know, like a paper shredder? You kind of have to like push it in and guide its way down and feed it. A lot of people that when they do these dry noodles, they feed it in, which is very tasty. This consistency is perfect. But if you would let this sit for like an hour, it would represent you having not enough water when you strain it or something, or it's too dry. It becomes uncomfortable. This is perfect for feeding. It's not very, see how it's still clumped? There's not a lot of the soup left in it, so I have to feed it in, and it's great. See, watch. I can't fluff it. It's sticky. Sticky. So this is what you do. You feed it. That's what you do. That's enjoyable to feed it, but it gets all over your lips and it stings more. That's the one downside. This is so good. I'm gonna eat all of it. Alright, pull it up, drop it in. Pull it up. I kind of like the feeding. Yeah. I think the first amount of water I poured in was good. I think when I poured the second little drop, what, like 3 tablespoons, probably 4 tablespoons of water. Usually when I finish these videos, there's not much left. There's still like an extra spoonful. So I'm telling you, it's an art, it's a science. Because if I didn't have any water added back into it, it would have gotten more dry quicker because the noodles keep cooking. So just have a little water on the side handy. It's still hot even if you pour some on because everything has cheese. Look at that clump. I love the sound of slurpy noodles when it hits the side of your mouth, like. There's nothing. I'm sweating. Look at my face. It's getting red. This is so good. So good. Wow. It's so good. So good. And we're on my last couple bites. Probably like 3. If we can get it in here with chopsticks. See, these little straggles, little strangly bits left over. They're hard to sometimes grab with chopsticks. See these little straggles. Stringles. All little skinny and thin. A little bits left. Orlin calls it Freely's hair. Not much left. Alright. Let's do this. Mmm. Who just finished his food? Me. That's how you know I like something a lot. That's how you know. Alright, if I could go back, would I change anything? Yes. The first drop of water I added was great. It needed it, because it would have got... okay. It's constantly evolving. It's like a fruit that ripens, but like at high speed. So... how it is when you first pull it off the burner is different than how you eat it 10 minutes later, which is different how it tastes 20 minutes later, and it moves very fast. It's kind of like fast food. That's why I've always said I hate French fries. I don't even like French fries. The reason I say that, I started that little saying at my parents' house. And, you know, sometimes the food would not be hot anymore. And French fries, excuse me, are one of those foods that if you don't eat right away, they get disgusting, and you can't heat them up very well. No matter if you air fry it, microwave it, put a moist paper towel, steam it, it just ruins everything. It can only be cooked once. So that's how it kind of goes. There shouldn't be this much water left over, this much soup. There shouldn't. I added a little too much. I'm actually going to show you right now. We're just going to pour it in here for you. Usually, it's like that much left. So that extra drop of water was unnecessary. However, I was able to slurp it. I like more of a balance of some are slurpable and some are, you feed them in. You feed them in. I also think since this is room temperature water, if it would have been hot water, it would have been more absorbed by the noodles because they're still cooking, you know what I mean? Because since this is not cold water, but since it's room temperature water, it would have, had this been even colder, it would have just not even gone in. The noodles keep absorbing. But you don't want them soggy. So you don't want too much, just a little bit, because things are evaporating. All that steam is water leaving. It's like a natural dehydrator. It's an art, it's a thing, it's a process. This was excellent. 9.5 out of 10. And you know, it's good because I'm mucusing everywhere. And my shirt's relatively clean, that's good. So, what was it? 3.5 cups of water for a 5-packer? Perfect. Go as you know, do the steps, okay? What did you put in it first? 2.5? And you save the other the other cup for after the noodles have already broken down. That's just what I like to do. It was so good. It was like if I was at a restaurant. Like, it's so... I'm just like, I went through an experience. And I don't know why people don't think of adding more water back. Obviously, I added a little too much. It's an art, I said. But, you know, if I wouldn't have added any, they get so dry and sticky if you don't stretch. So here, again, let me break it down for you. Some Asians and some people, Koreans, because this is their food, right? This is Korean food. I've watched a lot of them. Some of them literally cook it. They strain out the water, but they keep the noodles hot. They don't rinse it. They just strain the water out, put the hot, steaming, plain, dry noodles here. They add their spice, they mix around and eat it. What happens is that they start getting very sticky and dry. They're continuing to cook. The pores open up like our skin. And they're really shoveling in, they're feeding in like funnels. And it's less enjoyable to eat. I have to tell you, I've tried so many times to just cook it, strain it, add the spice. It's so unenjoyable. And then, on the other hand, there's other people who, and I did this for a while because some of my friends at the time told me this is what they do and it's better. And I'm like, oh yeah, for a challenge it's good. And this is what they do. They cook the noodles, and when they're ready, they strain them, and then they rinse them under cold water so the noodles stop cooking and their pores close. And then they bring it to the tray. I've already told you this. They add their spice packs, mix it around, and it's cold. It's literally cold food. And the reason for that is because you taste the spice the most maximum way. To me, when you're cooking spice, some of the spice will go into the air. Have you ever like cooked chili stuff and you walk by the pot and your eyes are stinging? The spice leaves. It goes into the air. The noodles absorb it. It kind of softens the blow. When you're just putting this on raw, onto cold, already cooked noodles, it is going to be the spiciest it possibly can taste. So what happens is a lot of the ASMR channels are Asians and Americans too. They want to be spicy. They want to be really hot. They want to feel their insides burning. I don't. I do the challenge. It's very spicy. For example, like with my friend Chelsea, we did the fire noodle challenge for her channel, and she can't take heat that much, just like I can't. I mean, she can do a little bit, but I didn't want to kill her. So when I did it with her, we cooked the noodles, we strained them, we didn't rinse them, we added the spice so they kept on cooking, and we added a little water so the spice kind of got diluted a little bit. It was spicy, but not nearly what it could have been. So those are the two things I see on YouTube. You cook it, you cook the noodles, you strain it, they're hot and steamy and dry, you add the spice. Or you cook it, you strain it under cold water, you add the spice. Both of them, I think, are less flavorful or fun or tasty where you're rolling your eyes back in deliciousness than what I do. Because I like to incorporate the butter. Did you notice we cooked 2 packs of spices while it was cooking? So we got that chicken flavor, we got that chili flavor, but the ouchiness, where it's just like this, tastes like chemicals. It's like so spicy I can't even talk. My tongue is on fire. You know, that scenario is gone because I cooked it away. And then you add your half a stick of butter, and then you add a little pinch of cheddar cheese, and then you add all that mozzarella cheese. It's gonna be so good. I mean, I don't even know how to compare it to anything else. It's not like mac and cheese because I'm not stirring all the cheese into it where I've done this in the past and it's horrible. Horrible. I actually made a YouTube video for Noodle King right when I got back from Los Angeles with the black background, and I didn't post it because I did such a bad, sometimes I forget the steps, or I'm like, you know, a new way might be a new venture, you know, take an untaken path leads you to someplace new, someplace better, but you have to take the risk. I forced it down for the video because I thought I would post it. I don't even want to post it. It was so bad. Because what I did when I was cooking it is I had all the noodles, I had my saffron, I had my half a stick of butter, but then all that cheese, I stirred it in there. And just imagine, it turns into mac and cheese where it's just one solid, they're all touching, they're all stuck. Have you noticed I could still pull these imagine if the cheese was integrated evenly throughout. You'd pull it up and the whole thing would come up. It was just like a fucking, excuse me, Nick. Take out that curse word. It was a ball. It was like a ball. It was like one solid clump of ball because the cheese cools down, clearly, which means everything will stay together. And then when you're trying to pull it apart, you break the noodles. So just that one little step of integrating and mixing your cheese around into the noodles ruins it. It was disgusting to eat. I felt it was like eating big clumps of cheese balls. There was no different flavors, different textures, a little bit of this, a little bit. You couldn't even separate it. You would pull it up and all those noodles would snap because of the weight, the heavy weight of the cheese weighing it down. You can't pull it up. You couldn't break it up. And I've done this a few times and I learn now. So that's another thing too. These little details make a big difference, and I again recommend having maybe some hot, maybe not room temperature, not this much obviously. You saw it was like a little drop, a little drop, a little drop. Do half amount those drops and it's perfect. Perfect. This was 9.57. I feel like the Olympics where they like separate their points by like 0.52724, 0.56694. It's like, how do you? But literally, that little detail. This was almost perfection. So I actually might put this on my daily channel since it wasn't perfect, but almost perfect, because I really want a nice video on my main channel where it's perfection. And I was so close. I think I just made it right at the end. That little, just a little too much. But if I didn't have any at all, it would have been feeding, you know, paper shredder, feeding it in, gump, gump, and it would have been too, I like to have the slurp too. I like to have both, to be honest with you. I think what I could do next time is do half the amount of the drops. So instead of 2 spoons, do 1 spoon. Only put it onto one side. So if I want a little more slurp, I go here. If I want a little more feedy and chewy, I go into here. But this side, warn you, if you don't add any more water to it, it will get so dry. I'm telling you, it happens really quick. That's why I feel like it's skin pores. And no one talks about this. People just throw it together and say, you know. It's a big detail. But that's my famous cheesy ramen noodles. I've made it so many different ways. Like I said, stir it around, strain it under cold water, not adding cheese. Or another thing that I do wrong, which I started doing, which I don't like, and I'm never going to do again, unless it's pre-recorded, then you're going to know, is that sometimes I cook it, I add in the spice, I add in the butter, I don't strain it. It's ready to go, but I don't add any cheese. I put it on the tray, and then, honey, I go take some shredded mozzarella, put it into a bowl, and go melt it, either on the induction stove or the microwave, and then I pour it on top. And it's just like this bright white cheese on top of these like beautiful brown, yellow, chili looking noodles, and then they're not integrated, and then it looks fake, and then it doesn't taste as good. I like to integrate it together. Okay, I think one of the reasons why I started doing that is because I have these big massive plates with Orlin, because if I could eat 5 packs, he could eat 5 packs. And I'm gonna tell you right now, on a walk, it's hard to cook 10 packs at once without effing it up. It's too much volume in the pot. So you can't really stir or monitor. It's more difficult. And like 5, 6, 7's the cutoff, but with Orlin I'm doing like 10, 11 sometimes 8. You know, I'm learning my lesson, not to do what I just told you. Cook the noodles with the butter, incorporate it all, pour it on still hot and steamy, and then go melt some cheese and pour it on top. I've done that with other mukbangers before, where they have cheese on the side, or they pour. And the Asians do it all the time too in Korea. They'll make their ramen noodles, the hot and spicy ones, and then they'll have like cheese fondue on the side. No, it doesn't taste as good if you're not incorporating it. It tastes like a foreign object, and like they're not already blended. And the cheese, it's nice when the cheese also takes up some of that color. It's nice when the cheese takes up some of the flavor too. And then some of the cheese grease will kind of melt and go into the noodles. You're not gonna get that if you're just pouring it on top and taking a bite, or doing cheese fondue and cutting it and put it. It doesn't taste as good, and it kind of makes me feel sick really fast. So I've done that many times on my main channel with Orlin. You can look at those thumbnails. The cheese is bright white, rather than like a yellowish cheese, that's because I didn't incorporate or cook it in as one pot. One pot. And it makes a big difference. It's the same thing. Ramen noodles with the butter and some spice and cheese. But the details matter. The details make a big difference in the end result. Okay? And this is why I hate cooking. Because it's taken me years to figure this out and try a lot of different ways and this and that. For some noodles, could you imagine? Filet mignon and, escargot and, shrimp, lobster, bisque, and baking. Oh God, baking. You make the yeast rise, and you add your flour, your oh my God. And I'm getting hungry and angry just thinking about it. And you're on your feet. I'm 300 pounds. I can't support this body. No. Cooking is a no for me. I mean, this is hard. This runs my patience to a good test, and I'm sitting. Oh my God, so that's why I would never be. And I'm a very detail-oriented person with, like, look at my thumbnails, for example. That is a lot of thought. It looks like they're snapped on the fly. Oh, honey, I will spend an hour or two sometimes. Sometimes I'll take a break and come back on a fresh mind because I want perfection. And visually, artistically, I pay attention to detail and I know it matters. And I'm understanding now with food that matters too. Doesn't mean I want to do it. So the most cooking you ever see me do on YouTube will be from ramen. And honestly, if I ever decide to get healthy or lose weight or stop mukbangs, which I think about now and then, people are thinking, well, you should do a cooking channel. You should do healthy recipes. That sounds like torture. I don't mind healthy food. Not at all. But making it in the steps and a little drop of this and it ruins it. One time I just want to add a little oil to something and it was olive oil and the olive oil is so strong in flavor. The whole thing tastes like olives. It was so strong and I just didn't think. But then I'm like, what kind of oil do I want to do? Sesame seed oil tastes like sesame seed. Avocado oil is very neutral, but it almost makes me gag. It's like, this is deep fried oil, not like something. We're trying to add it to dumplings on top because they were too spicy, but so what do? I think butter is a better thing. It's more neutral, it's fatty, but you don't have like a strong flavor of peanut oil or olive oil or sesame seed oil. Those oils are strong in flavor. And then you don't want to use vegetable oil. That is just like the worst of the worst. I mean, seed oils are the worst for you anyway, health-wise, but let's not talk about health. We don't care about that. It's redundant, not redundant, it's ridiculous to bother mentioning health when you're trying to make something taste yummy. I mean, I obviously want to make healthy food taste good, but if you're making up a cheesy, buttery, deep fried, processed, instant ramen noodle, you have no business talking about health at all. You can help soften the blow by having some greens on the side. Munch on some greens or whatever. I'm about to go have some greens now, but this was amazing. I feel really good, actually. I feel very happy with this video. 9.8. I mean, shoot, it's really going to get knocked down a couple half a points. No, half of a percent of a point. Because the darn spoon of water. 1 spoon of water. It should have been hot water or 1 spoon less. It would have been perfect. Maybe half of a spoon. Because if I didn't have any at all, I wouldn't have been able to slurp it. So that's my recipe. Thank you for watching. I know it's a lot to take in. You can watch this many times if you want. I'll probably do it again for the main channel. Now I know about the whole water situation. Ooh. I hate when I get ingrown nails or the nails grow into the skin or they come out different ways. It's horrible. When that happens, it hurts. Goodbye. Thank you for watching my cooking show. And maybe one day you'll make this. I'm glad I was able to give you good measurements though. For water, that's it. The cheese, you have to eyeball. Oh, and half a stick of butter, that's perfect. Oh yeah, you guys, I've done sticks of butter, like a whole stick. It kind of, it's too much. And also, sometimes you can have too much cheese. You can have too much cheese. Yeah, you guys, and again, when you don't incorporate it like that, it's disgusting. I did it with Orlin the other day. We had rice cakes. You can look at the thumbnail. It's on my main channel. Go watch that and see what we did with the cheese. We added it after the fact. And you would think it's good. It's not. It's like two things that don't go together. Like they're different textures, different heat levels. The noodles are like room temperature by then. Then you have these really hot cheese, and it's gross. It's gross. And it's not like I'm the only one that does this. Half of the eating channels out there on YouTube do that. They dump some melted mozzarella onto their pasta. It's a bad thing. You want to mix it together. You want to incorporate it. It actually tastes 5,000 times better. But yeah, I'm just saying that because I'm guilty of not doing it the best way either. Which is why I decided to make this video for you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye. Goodbye. This was really good. 9.88427. Bam. Hey, from my water weight. A big thank you to my patrons for supporting this video, and a bigger thank you to my new executive producer, Leslie Jeppesen. If you'd like to become a producer and help support my channels, or if you just want to join the community to see what else I'm posting, come on over to my Patreon by clicking the link down below. You must be age 18 or older. And for something even more personal, gift yourself a personalized video just for you. Or book a video for someone and surprise them. We can also DM each other and chat one-on-one. So if you want to watch even more content from me, come follow my Patreon. But if you want a personalized video or just want to talk, come over to my Cameo. Patreon and Cameo are both linked down below. Thank you so much. Bye.